All right, guys. Today we are going to be reacting to single mom of four claims to be very traditional. She's an OF artist. Let's jump in.
Traditional?
Yeah.
But you do porn, you strip.
Wait, how is that? And I don't want to be doing those things at all.
But it's kind of like a vegan. I'm a vegan.
But I eat meat.
But I still eat meat a couple times a week. You know what I mean?
But I want to not eat meat.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not that. It's if I wasn't dancing right now or doing OF, I wouldn't be able to support my kids.
Oh.
The only reason I started dancing was because in November my daughter has a brain cyst and is losing all mobility, and Phoenix Children's Hospital is no longer helping. So I have to get her to Boston. She's a medical mystery right now.
I'm sorry.
And then on top of that, I'm also raising 3 kids with autism. So I homeschool. I have up to 5-6 doctor's appointments a day with these kids. I don't have time for a 9 to 5, but I have to still support my kids.
Really? Well, there's a bunch of problems with what you just said. Like, one, okay, so you have an OF. Why is there a requirement that you do BG content on the OF? If you're
it makes me the most money.
Outlook. Right, because it's about money, right? So the thing is what was the timeline with the last time you did BG content to the time you started stripping?
I honestly haven't been active on my OnlyFans for probably the past 6-7 months. After me and my kids' dad split up, I haven't been making content.
So this was before then. You knew that that one of your children needed to have this extensive care from Boston. So the thing is like you were still doing the non-traditional stuff before you started the stripping for the money, yeah?
I was, but it was with the person that I planned on marrying.
Why would that make it traditional? Like, oh, I plan on marrying you, so I'm going to go do a porn with you? How's that traditional?
We needed the extra money for the kids. At the time, when we started it, he has 3 kids of his own. I was basically
He's making bad decisions one after the other. Bad decisions.
Wait.
I was basically raising 7 kids.
Okay. And he has a job, I take it.
Yeah, he makes great money, but it wasn't enough. And I also... We needed the extra money.
Have you considered other jobs like photography or real estate? Realtors make great money.
I don't have time to go to real estate school. My time is consumed by my kids. And then when I go and dance, I go in at 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night and work until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and get my kids back at 5.
Can I say something? With dancing, like honestly, it is super flexible. You can choose how many days a week you work. You can make a lot of money in a short period of time. So I definitely get where you're coming from.
I needed the fastest.
You could do that with a sales job too.
True, but you can't just really hop.
Man, you see how the sister has to jump in. I don't know if you noticed this. You see how the girl in the left start asking some questions. It's to just save her from Andrew, and then the girl for the right, she does that confirmation bias on her, right? Oh no, you would make extra money. And now she's battling that fight for her. Look at that.
State is really easy.
She just got back off. You see what I'm saying? She now back off. This is not my fight anymore, guys. This is not my fight.
Be good at it, yeah.
An online course, and then you schedule your own show.
Yes, I mean there's definitely other options out there, but I was just interjecting.
Sales? Aren't you selling your body?
I mean, yeah, technically it's still sales, but I mean in a more professional setting, usually you can't just like walk in and be like, give me the job.
In sales you can.
When my
commission sales work exactly that.
I mean, I've never done professional.
If you guys have some ideas, send them my way,
but
because like if one of my 2-year-old is severe. So when he has a bad day, I can make that choice of, I'm just not going to go into work tonight. I can't.
What's the situation with the baby daddies? Do they not give you any child support, and why not?
No. So my oldest son his dad's the only one that's on child support, and he's $30,000 in debt with child support. My daughter's dad doesn't pay anything, but he's also 50-50 with my daughter. And I don't necessarily believe if they're active in my kids' life, why are they paying child support?
Because they created a child. And
I understand, but he's supporting that child at his house. And not only that, if
Don't you think your children would rather have their fathers pay you child support than you promote your body online?
Feminist
My
talking
kids don't
points,
know.
guys.
Well, they
But
will.
they will one day.
One day, but also if I need anything for my daughter, he does help. But right now, my daughter is who I'm trying to get to Boston. And so me and her dad are both saving up to do that.
Can I make a suggestion?
Why would you need to save up? If you have that many kids, wouldn't you be on like Medicaid or something like that?
So with it being in Boston, insurance, she's on Access. Insurance doesn't cover out of state.
And they don't have like programs to assist.
I've looked at every program. I'm actually looking at like a flighting program right now for her that's gonna like hopefully pay for the flight out there. But she could be needing back surgery. She could be needing brain surgery. We don't know.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
So I don't know exactly what your daughter has, but when you said back surgery, I don't know if you've looked into Shriners hospitals for kids. I have a metal spine. They did my entire scoliosis surgery when I was a teenager for free and covered like the brace, the care after, everything. They do take on cases. It's just something to look into because everything was free.
You see what they did, man. I'm not knocking her. Yeah, hopefully her kids gets good, but you guys notice how they shift the conversation from Andrew to all this. You guys notice? They're saving her, guys.
How do you know that your 2-year-old has autism?
He got diagnosed. Well,
How do you get diagnosed with autism at 2?
We took him to Access for Autism after. So my oldest son got diagnosed this year. He was in and out of the mental hospital, and they had me test my other kids. My baby at the time was too little.
How do you test them?
They had me test my daughter, and then they had me test my 1-year-old at the time. And he got diagnosed with severe, and he's been diagnosed by 2 different facilities.
At 2 years old?
At
with
1. He
severe
was
autism?
1.5 when he got
At 1?
diagnosed.
There's something
What
so wrong about
symptoms
this.
did your kids present that made you feel like you needed to seek that diagnosis?
So with my oldest, I always kind of knew.
How?
He would do like self-harm injuries.
At what age did this start?
Around 1, where he would be the
self-harm at 1?
Around, because like
my
head
baby
banging.
punches herself in the head all the time and me in the face, and that's I wouldn't claim that as autism, or I wouldn't think that was an autistic trait.
I didn't say that he did those things, like the head banging he does. He did the not being able to calm him down, the biting, there was certain things that particularly like lining things up in a specific way. He wouldn't play with the toys, but tear them apart and try to put them back together, examining things.
But boys do that. Kids do that all the time. Kids do that all the time. My daughter does that. She's more territorial with her toys. But sometimes she light them up and, they start playing with the kid. I mean, how is that autistic?
My oldest, I knew. He didn't get diagnosed until 7 years old.
Okay.
My daughter, I honestly didn't think she would get diagnosed, but she did. She's a level 1, so she's highest on the spectrum. My baby was doing the same thing my oldest did. So my 2-year-old, he was headbanging. He is severe. So right now he's nonverbal. He doesn't point. He doesn't make eye contact. He doesn't respond to his name. He doesn't.
I'm sorry, how old is he?
He's 2 now.
He's 2. Do you or the father present autistic traits as well?
So I am actually...
Change the conversation. I'm just not talking anymore, guys. Man, this is some sisterhood problems here, man. They knew that a lot of decisions that she made, a lot of these decisions that, the result of her being there, right? If you notice, she had multiple baby daddies. And females came in right at that point where Andrew was going to broach the point of the baby daddies. And they just jump in.
Diagnosed with borderline.
Oh, yeah.
And when I was talking to their doctor, they said I was probably misdiagnosed.
Okay.
And it was I probably have autism, which now that I look more into it, I can see the line coming down my family where I was probably the one that passed it, especially because they have different dads.
Makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Is autism genetic?
What was it?
Yeah.
Is autism genetic?
Mm-hmm.
All the time, or it can be?
They're still studying it. They usually say it's off the dad's side, but...
Damn, I'm gonna be autistic too, man. I guess I like to keep my stuff clean, align stuff up. I might be in the spectrum. I don't know, guys. I'll be very careful with just diagnosing, sending your kid to be diagnosed, because they're probably gonna put you into autistic spectrums, guys. They make money with this, guys. I have to be very careful. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, there's kids that are autistic, I know, but at the rate that we are doing now, like, it's what, for every 36 kids, there's one autistic kid now. It used to be like 1,000 or 2,000. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I really want to hear you guys' opinion on this, because this is a very important topic. What do you guys think about her diagnosing her kids very early on regarding autism? I'll see you next one.